Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Sleet here. Welcome back to another Rocket League car design episode, and in today's episode we're going to be doing winter car designs. Now let me clarify this: only winter. We're not going to be doing anything Christmas. This entire episode is strictly winter. Don't worry, we're gonna have a Christmas one as well, but like I said, just want to point this out, there won't be any references to Christmas. This is something that you can use from today, which by the way is the start of winter here in the northern hemisphere, all the way up until spring, or honestly if you want to use it all year round you definitely can. But yeah, this is strictly winter designs. So I think I have a lot of them. I think I have 6, so we got a good amount to go over here. I'll try to keep this, as you know, I usually can talk a lot about my designs, but I'll try to keep it a little shorter on the side because you know I usually do 15 minutes for 4 designs, so I'll keep it down. But yeah, before we get into today's episode, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is Streetwear. Ironically enough, they just came out with a brand new line of winter merchandise that I think looks fabulous. Their clothes are very high quality, and they just recently launched their online store. You can use code SPORTYDAN to get 10% off of your next order today. Follow the link in the description down below to place your next order today. Now, let's get into the winter themed car designs. So let's get started with the first car design of today's episode, and you've probably noticed I've actually changed the colors up a little bit, but starting off, we do have the titanium white octane for both sides. If you don't have the titanium white octane, that's perfectly fine. You can use the unpainted octane, or matter of fact, with the decal, which is Snowstorm, you can actually use any car in the game with the Snowstorm decal. So if you want to use it on the battle bus, please don't use it on the battle bus. You can use it on Breakout. All of those Bugatti too would be really cool. So you can use this on any car in the game. For the primary, we do have a bright blue with the accent as titanium white. And then for the primary with the orange side, we have a dark crimson with the accent as titanium white. For the wheels, for the orange side, it is the K2 wheels painted crimson. And then for the blue side, it is the unpainted K2 wheels. So obviously this is based around the snow theme. A lot of these are based around snow / cold because winter. I guess you could do like hot chocolate and all that, which I was thinking about, but I don't know. There is a hot cocoa boost, but I don't know. I couldn't really find anything else besides that. But yeah, most of these designs are based around winter themed, or not winter themed, like snow themed and cold. So obviously this matches so perfectly. This is one of my favorite designs of all time. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. The K2 wheels pulling off that like icy frost feeling with the Snowstorm decal just looks amazing. And then for the orange side here, same thing. We have a dark crimson as the primary with the accent as white, with just really producing. I know the colors might not match as well, but they definitely look really good on this orange side as well. For the boost, we have not the Hydro. It is actually the Snowstorm. I'm not sure why the Hydro is on there. We have the Snowflakes boost for both sides, really matching that accent as titanium white. Ironically enough, there is a titanium white Snowflakes boost in the shop, not at the current moment of this recording, or at the current moment of this recording, but probably not when it's coming out. But yeah, for the topper, there is no topper, but you can really put anything like the Oh No Snowman. You know, I usually don't do toppers very often, so just find one that you like. Even if you want to use the Santa one, you know, something like that also could really work. It's really up to you regarding that. And then for the antenna, I'm actually using the Snowflake antenna. Obviously, it matches very nicely with the decal and also the wheels. I don't know where this came from, but hey, looks good. For the trail, we're using the Winter Storm Trail for both sides. Actually, no, it's not the Winter Storm Trail. It's the Snowball Trail, which is actually brand new to this season and is entirely free. So yeah, the Snowball Trail for both sides. This obviously matches very well with the snowflakes type theme. So this is the orange side, and like I said, that dark crimson and white looks pretty good. Obviously, it matches the K2 wheels perfectly, with that primary being a crimson of the color of the K2 wheels, and the accent is white, still giving off that frosty feeling. And then for the blue side here, it is the sky blue as the primary, and then the accent is white to really match that color regarding, like, you know, frost. So getting into the next car design, we do have the... Now, don't worry, guys, I didn't leave out the try-hard / clean car design people because, well, there's a couple of that in today's episode. So starting off again, we do have the titanium white octane for both sides. Now, this decal cannot be used with any car in the game. It can only be specifically used with the octane. So yeah, just keep that one in mind. For the decal, it is the Mountaintop decal, which is actually from last year's Frosty Fent. All of these items is actually from last year's. I just never ended up doing a design with it. for the or there's actually no colors, I forgot this, since it is the Mountaintop decal. For the wheels, I'm actually using the Frosty Flake wheels, which I thought looked the best with this. I just felt like it was really clean, simple, and basic, and it was nothing like animated on that. So if you're like looking for a winter design and you're just wanting to rock something clean like this, I think this would be a pretty good one. For the boost, I do have these snowflakes unpainted for both sides. Now, I have to say unpainted because there is a titanium white one, but now I actually do think that snowflakes is a pretty clean boost. It's nothing too crazy. I've used it a couple times on my tryhard / clean design, so yeah, I thought it's actually pretty nice. There's no topper, even though you can really put, like I said, any winter topper you want. And then for the antenna, again, if you want to put the snowflake one, you're more than able to. But for the trail, I'm using, again, the snowball trail for both sides, which ironically enough, this can actually be used in Fortnite. None of this other stuff can be, but yeah, it's a really clean tryhard. Don't worry, there is another couple of clean tryhard designs throughout this entire episode. Like I said, I do have 6, but yeah, this decal and car design is only for the Octane here. So I just think it's relatively really clean and matches my winter theme of today's episode very nicely. So yeah, getting into the next car design, we do have the now something that I definitely wanted to include with this car design because of how good it looks and how it matches the ice. Sadly, not the orange side as much, but you can actually replace that with any other orange side throughout this design. So if like you want to use Snowstorm for the orange side, you're more than able to. So we do have the titanium white fennec for both sides. And again, this decal, which is Thawed, this can be used on any decal in the game. So, you know, you don't have to worry too much about that. So if you have like a titanium white Octane or anything else, you definitely can do that. I forgot to put on, or I got to put back the titanium white edition for both sides here. But yeah, like I said, you can use this. And then for actually the blue side, or for the orange side here, it is actually the Thawed painted sky blue. I felt like to give it some sense of like sky blue, but you really don't have to. For the colors for the prime of the blue side, we do have a blue with the accent as white. And then for the orange side here, we do have a dark crimson with the accent as white. And then we have that sky blue Thawed decal. Now, obviously for the wheels, I do have the Draco frosted wheels, but keep in mind, you can use any of the frosted editions. And by the way, there is a lot of, like, if you want to use the Cristiano frosteds from last year bundle, there's also the, now don't worry, I did do a design with the Decemberist frosting. I didn't do one with the Diamond X frosted, so you can put that on. I just don't actually like it. But yeah, there's a bunch of different ones that you can choose. So you can either do the Cristiano. The Cristianos also look really good, or you could do the Draco frosted. So, but sadly for the orange side, it doesn't match too much. I just added that sky blue because I still like doing both sides. But sadly for the Thawed decal, it's a fiery type feeling. So like I said, if you want to, you can do like Snowstorm for the orange side here. Sadly, I have Bacchus mod on, so I'll take it off. But if you want to do Snowstorm, and then you can put on like the K2 wheels, so you can kind of mix and combine. You don't have to exactly do what I do. You can just copy the blue side here and leave it at that. I'm actually only going to showcase the blue side from here on to the rest of this design. For the boost, we do have actually the thin ice boost. I actually never heard about this, but this is so good looking with the Thawed decal. You can also use Cryo Stream, which I originally did have on, and then I found thin ice, and I just thought that looked really good. I'll show you Cryo. I will show you what Cryo Stream looks like. So if you want to put that one on, that also looks really good, but thin ice also looks pretty good as well. It's up to you which one you want to use. For the trail, we're just using the Winter Storm trail. Again, matching very nicely. Sadly, there's not too many winter type styles on the like ice version of trails. So yeah, but overall, I do think this blue side looks absolutely fantastic. It matches the frosted versions of these wheels phenomenally. So, but sadly for the orange side, if you want to mix any of the designs throughout this entire episode, you definitely can. So yeah, I just thought this looked really good. So getting into the next car design, we do have the Decemberist frosted wheels. I told you there would be a design in there for you guys. So starting off, we do have the titanium white Octane for both sides. For the decal, it is the Sleet Creeps decal, specifically for the Octane. Now, sadly, this only is, like I said, for the Octane, but if you want to use any other car that has a decal that supports a paint finish, you definitely can. It just won't be maybe winter themed. Now, I don't know if the Fennec has any winter themed, but I know the Dominus does, as well as the Breakout and stuff like that. So yeah, sadly, just this is an octane only decal, but like I said, you can choose any others. For the colors, for the prime of the blue side, we do have a cobalt with the accent as sky blue. And then for the prime of the orange side, we have a dark crimson with the accent as sky blue. For the wheels, they're obviously the Decemberist frosted wheels from this year's event. So you can get this entirely for free. So don't skip out on these. These definitely look good. So for the paint finishes, we have the primary and the accent for both the blue and the orange side. The primary as pearlescent matte with the accent as stamped metal. Definitely looking really good, matching very well. So starting off, obviously we have that primary as a dark blue to match that thing. Now the reason why I actually chose pearlescent matte in this scenario is because I think it blends, that cobalt actually blends in to that sky blue. So that's something that I did enjoy. Then the accent is sky blue with stamped metal, because the Decemberist Pros are kind of giving off like stamped metal vibes. Now for this orange side, sadly, the crimson isn't involved in any colors regarding the Decements, but I did choose pearlescent matte to give it a little bit more of that sky blue feeling. So at least, you know, you could do both sides, but definitely obviously the blue side looks the best. For the boost, we have the snowflakes boost for both sides, just keeping it nice and clean, basic, try hard, stuff like that. For the trail, we have the winter storm, or if you don't have the winter storm, like I said, you can use the brand new free snowball decal snowball trail that is actually right now for free. So yeah, if you don't have a winter storm, snowball also works just fine. So yeah, this is the car design. This is the orange side. Like I said, sadly this orange side doesn't match too much, but this blue side definitely looks really good with that pearlescent matte and that stamped metal type feeling. It looks so good matching the Decemberist Pros, or the Decemberist frosted wheels. Getting into the next car design, we do have getting into a Dominus decal. Now this decal isn't only for the Dominus, I'm just showcasing it on the Dominus. So starting off, we do have the Dominus for both sides. You can actually use like a black one or like a sky blue, but I really think the unpainted works the best. For the decal, we are actually using a Decemberist decal. That was in last year's bundles. Might come back, it might not, I'm not too sure. That's why I'm doing a car design with it. And then yeah, so you can actually change, you can only change the primary color of this. So the primary, we do have this blue here, and then for the orange side we have a crimson. So yeah, ironically enough, you can only change the primary, you can't change the accent color, which I think is pretty cool actually. For the wheels, we are using the Ice Life wheels, a part of, again, that bundle from last year's Frosty Fest. This obviously matches perfectly with the Decemberist decal, looking phenomenal, matching the patterns, matching everything like that. This was in last year's bundle. Like I said, it could come back, it could not, we're not too sure. For the boost, we do have the Thin Ice. This is where I truly think the Thin Ice really shines. Obviously it matches very nicely with the Decemberist, but again, if you don't have that, you can also use the Cryo Stream or the Snowflakes. This is what the Cryo Stream looks like, by the way. If you want to take a look at that, that's what the Cryo Stream. So it does look overall really good as well, but again, fully up to you regarding that. You can mix and match throughout the entire episode if you would like. For the trail, we're using the Winter Storm. I highly suggest using the Winter Storm. I feel like it best matches it, but again, if you don't have it, you can also use the Snowball one as well. So yeah, this one's just a nice clean, you know, the pattern matches super nicely, the way that it takes over. Obviously it's like a frosted type style, so you know, definitely overall really good. And then sadly for this orange side, I tried to make it, you can do like maybe like a saffron or so, but overall I think crimson might look the best because it's closer to Christmas, I guess. I don't know. Getting into the last and final car design of today's episode, we have a cozy type kind of style here. Now you can really choose any color that you want. I just chose the most like try hard / clean colors, but this is, I think, a really cool one that I didn't really include. Like, you know, I wasn't actually going to do, and then I was like, wait, I feel like this is more cozy than Christmas. Like, this is like a winter type vibe here. So starting off, we do have the black octane, but not to worry, you can use any car in the game. This decal isn't even actually a decal. Like what you're seeing right now is not a decal. There's a decal on, but it's actually a paint finish. So you can use any car in the entire game that supports a paint finish. You can use the unpainted octane as well, or you can use the titanium white one. It really doesn't matter because the colors will be up to you. So for the decal, I'm using the obtruse decal specifically for the octane, but like I said, you can use any decal in the game for any car that supports a paint finish. For the colors, I'm using a dark blue as the primary with the accent as white. And then for the orange side here, I'm using a dark crimson with the accent as white, with flannel as the paint finish for both sides, for both the blue and the orange side, and the primary and the accent. So it's flannel all around. Now, this is where you can really kind of get creative and do whatever you want. If you want like a forest green and brown to make like, you know, like kind of like that. Chris, is there even a brown? Like, okay, there it is. I was like, if you want to do that, like it really is up to you regarding what you want to do. So I don't do those too often, but I do think it's pretty cool that you can do whatever you want regarding that. Like if you want to do like, you know, like I said, cozy vibes, if you want to do try hard vibes, it really is up to you. For the trail, or for the boost, I'm actually using the Mountaineer wheels. I feel like this best match the flannel type style, so I feel like the Mountaineer ones, or you can use the LS 9000 wheels. I remember those from being last season. The LS 9000 sheminitized, or not sheminitized, you can also use those for like off-roading type style. For the boost, I'm keeping it nice and clean with just the snowflakes, but you can use really any clean try hard trail. I'm just keeping it winter themed. And same for the trail here. I'm using the Winter Storm or the Snowball trail. You can use any of those that you want. Just keeping it winter themed for me personally, but it truly is up to you. So you can, like I said, do any color combination that you want, whatever works best for you. So yeah, that's 6 designs for winter themed. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next episode.